I cannot take the bias from this writer. There is a writer who writes on a website, a boxing website called BoxingNews247.com. He goes by the name of Scott Gilfoid. This writer is the most biased, and I mean biased, Deontay Wilder writer I've ever seen. For years and years, all this man has ever done is make and write biased articles defending Deontay Wilder. In his latest article, I'm going to scroll down here and let's see what he writes. And I'm going to read it now. The general belief by the boxing public is Joshua ducked Deontay and Luis King Kong Ortiz. Whether Joshua felt he wasn't ready for those fights or what, the facts of the matter is he didn't fight those guys. Joshua could have fought them, but instead he's chosen to face Povetkin, Dominic Breazeale, Joseph Parker, and a 41-year-old Vladimir Klitschko, Takam, and Eric Molina. Those are fine B-level fighters, aren't they? Question mark. Unfortunately, none of them are a threat to Joshua and Deontay Wilder and Ortiz. Oh, really? Scott Gilford. Will the general boxing public believe that Deontay Wilder has a shit-level resume? The general boxing public believe that Deontay Wilder ducked Dillian Whyte, ducked Vladimir Klitschko for years, and ducked Anthony Joshua. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't know what general boxing public believe. Like, who is he talking about when he says the general boxing public believe that Joshua ducked Deontay Wilder? And this guy had the nerve to say that Joshua ducked Deontay Wilder, and instead he fought guys like Vladimir Klitschko, Carlos Takam, Eric Molina, Dominic Breazeale, and now Povetkin. This guy actually had the nerve to say, Anthony Joshua, he ducked this guy for all these other guys. He did what Deontay Wilder never did. Why don't you make a freaking article saying... Because this guy, I remember back in 2013, this guy making articles praising Deontay Wilder. Back when he was supposed to fight Vladimir Klitschko. And he was saying the same thing about Vladimir Klitschko that he's saying about Anthony Joshua. Vladimir Klitschko didn't want to fight this guy. All this boxing, this guy's such a biased, crappy, what makes a good writer, a good boxing writer, is if they keep it fair and not biased. This man all he does is make biased articles defending Wilder, acting like everybody's like. This guy is the perfect example of a Deontay Wilder fanboy. He's literally a fanboy who is a writer at the same time. Like, he's a professional boxing writer, but he's also a fanboy. Because all he ever does is claim that everybody's ducking Deontay Wilder and nobody wants to fight him. And the reason he's, no one's fighting him is because everybody's ducking him. Right? Why don't you make a video? Why don't you make articles saying, why didn't Deontay Wilder go to the UK when Eddie Hearn was offering him $4 million to fight Dillian Whyte? Why didn't Deontay Wilder go to the UK when he was offering him $8 million to fight Dillian Whyte? Why don't you make articles saying, how come Wilder didn't unify with Vladimir Klitschko for several years? This was the first time in many, many months that I actually took the time to read a Scott Gilford piece on Wilder, because I got so sick and disgusted of what I was reading that I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna bother reading this article, because all this guy is gonna do is write an article acting like everybody's ducking Deontay Wilder. And so I got sick of it, and then I stopped. And then today, I took the time to read another one of his Deontay Wilder fanboy articles. And of course, I come across this Once again, he's acting like Joshua is afraid. He has the nerve to say that Joshua would rather fight Vladimir Klitschko than Deontay Wilder. He had the nerve to say that Deontay Wilder and Ortiz were a bigger threat than Vladimir Klitschko. Are you fucking kidding me? Who the fuck is Ortiz? Ortiz hasn't fought anybody. Anybody. And we already know Vladimir Klitschko is a better talent than both Ortiz and Deontay Wilder combined. But he acts like all these guys are just bums compared to Deontay. That's literally what he acts like. Like all these guys are just bums compared to the likes of Deontay Wilder and Ortiz. Ortiz was a guy who cherry picked anyone. This Scott Gilfoid guy is a Deontay Wilder fanboy. And again, I asked the question, when he says the general belief of the boxing public believe that Anthony Joshua ducked Deontay Wilder for Vladimir Klitschko, Takam, Brazil, Povetkin, Parker, Molina. My question is, who in the hell is he talking about? Because the only people who think this way are those LDBC guys. That's it. Those are the only people. So he must be a big LDBC fan. Sometimes I get the feeling that this guy is really 78 Sports TV undercover, because this guy literally writes the exact thing that 78 Sports TV says in his video. So who knows? Maybe this might just be a 78 Sports TV making these articles for years defending Wilder. But the bias from this boxing writer Scott Gilfoid is absolutely disgusting.